Well, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
This is truly the beginning of a great evening, and we are gathered here today to celebrate a great lady and her 80th birthday and the legacy of Dr. Vivian Davenport. Mr. Cleve Godfrey was going to do the welcome. He called because of unusual circumstances. He's not here. And in his stead, I want, on his behalf and on behalf of all of us, to welcome us to this great day of celebration. We thank you for being here today, and we will be recognizing each of you, from you, our Davenport at International Preparatory Institute students, to the faculty and teachers and friends and family of the Davenport School. We welcome you. At this time, we'll move forward with our program, where we will have the school pledge and the school song performed by the Davenport school students. Let's give our students a round of applause.
She do not like this camera.
Stand, children. That's the black flag. That's what they call it. You do it? Yeah. I pledge allegiance. No, they say it. The black flag. The black flag. Take hands down. I pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance. To the cause. To the cause. Of the unified. Of the unified. Black America. Black America. And to the purpose. And to the purpose. For which it stands. For which it stands. Black freedom. Black freedom. Black unity. Black unity. And black prosperity. Black prosperity.
Dearest IPI, without your noble hands, we could not well succeed. This is an occasion that I sat down and I kept writing. And I kept writing. Then I started crying. And I kept writing. I said, now what would I say for somebody who has been so much to so many people and who have done so much for so many children? Well, what we can say for the occasion is that she did the best that she could. IPI is a renowned school that has been in focus for close to 35 years. I thought she was not in her right mind when she decided to do this, because I wasn't wanting to do it with her. But we came up in here. We didn't have the monies that we needed to open our doors. So she went to work. And she said, you stay there. And I'm saying, I stay here. What I'm staying here for? We don't have anything going on. She says, you stay here and I'm going to go to work. I'm going to go to work and I'm going to make some money so we can open our doors. Well, as of February, I'm not going to say we, I'm going to say she. Because you had to do everything she said, so it was she. And in doing what she said, here we are, almost 35 years. Evidently, what she spoke of worked. Mama, there's a song I used to sing, and she said, no, don't sing it today. But you know, the words of the song is in order, but I won't sing it today. But I want to share with you from Gwen, Evelyn, and Diane that if we had not had you, I have no idea where we would be. In having you, Mama, we have made some good choices of life because you didn't have it any other way. Occasion being, thank you, not just from IPI, not from the Davenport school, but also from your children. We ask God to continue to bless you, and hopefully I will look that well at 80 years old.
Let's give our children another round of applause. He's got all of us in his hands. What a wonderful belief system. What a wonderful song to sing and having deep into your bone marrow, in your DNA at a very early age. Now it's time to tell us a great story. Do you like Once Upon a Time stories? Do we love Once Upon a Time stories? Yes. I can't hear you, do we? Yes. Well, once upon a time, a daughter named Vivian was born in Washington, Wilkes County, Georgia, to the parents of George and Ida Harmon. At a very early age, daughter Vivian was influenced by her grandmother, Annie Lou Frazier, who was a teacher, an evangelist who loved her church, a garden keeper who loved flowers. And Mother Frazier is what grandmother was called. Mother Frazier, who loved to can, said often to granddaughter Vivian, go to school. It's so very important that you do very well with your reading, your writing, and arithmetic. Go to school. Make something of yourself. You don't have to nut to anybody. Go on to school. Grandfather William Boykin Frazier and Uncle Luther Ellis Frazier played a tremendous role in the growth and development of daughter Vivian. Once upon a time, daughter Vivian and her brothers, she had two brothers, George Williams and Robert Edward. And she and her brothers enjoyed life with their grandparents. They enjoyed traveling short distances, like to Lookout Mountain, and they enjoyed going back and forth to Washington, Georgia. There were so many events going on there. Once upon a time, daughter Vivian often dreamed of becoming an actress or a singer, just like you. She was influenced by the world-renowned singer Lena Horne. Yes, daughter Vivian dreamed of being on stage or being a movie star. And quickly she understood that this dream was not very realistic at that time. Not many doors were open for black women or black men at that time. However, there were just a few wonderful careers available, and immediately daughter Vivian decided she would become a teacher, an educator, and she would use her talents to help others. So after completing Booker T. Washington High School in Atlanta, Georgia, daughter Vivian attended Morris Brown College. She received a BS degree in elementary education. She taught 5th grade in elementary school. She taught high school, and she served as a high school librarian. Once upon a time, yes, daughter Vivian completed a master's degree in elementary education, a master's degree in library science, an educational specialist degree in ed administration, and a PhD in counseling from Atlanta University. Do you know who this daughter Vivian is? Do you have a guess who daughter Vivian is? Well, daughter Vivian is our Dr. Vivian Davenport. Say yes, you know her. Dr. Vivian Davenport, a daughter, a wife, a mother, a teacher, a businesswoman, a community activist, founder and headmaster of the International Preparatory Institute and the Davenport School here at IPI. Once upon a time, started her life's journey just as each of you, each of us have begun our life's journey. So on this day, November 9, 2012, we say, happy birthday, happy 80th birthday, daughter, sister, wife, mother, teacher, businesswoman, community activist, founder, headmaster, Dr. Vivian Davenport. And what do we say? Happy birthday, Dr. Davenport. Once upon a time. This time, and this time, we will have a look into the Davenport School at IPI. We will have, first on the agenda, we have our parents and our students who will talk somewhat about their experience. And so, Allison Franklin and Clayton Powell Lee, come on down. These two students are two of several students in the Davenport School who participated in the digital storytelling project with Clark and Loudoun University Future Teachers. And so we'll have Allison and Clayton talk about a little bit about their story. We'll start with Allison. And is this your story that you completed?
Yes.
All right. So tell us a little bit about your experience.
I made my story at Clark Atlanta University with my student teacher, and it's called A Day at the Beach with My Cat Bella. I did it on the computer, and I got to pick out my own pictures, and I got to type it in and stuff.
And you told your story.
Yeah.
Would you like to read something, since Dr. Davenport, from your story? All right. Read one page, maybe. All right. Whatever you like.
A Day at the Beach with My Cat Bella. Last summer, my mom decided our family should take a vacation. We all decided to go to the beach. I love the beach. It is one of my favorite places to go, especially in the summer. I quickly went to my room to pack my bag. I packed my bathing suit and toys while my mommy packed our picnic. I had to make sure I did not forget anything. Allison.
Thank you, Allison. And now we'll hear from Clayton Powell Lee.
I made my story about two heroes saved the world, and I made it on the computer, and my story is Zap Bam Pow. And I made and I put the people on the computer, and it was a dog and a boy.
All right. Would you like to read a page as well, Matilda, from your story?
When Clayton was a little boy, he got a dog, and they both wished to be superheroes. We wish we could be superheroes. The next morning, surprisingly, the dream came true. Clayton tried his hardest to tell his parents about his and Webster's powers, but they didn't believe him.
All right. Clayton Powell, we're taking a look into our school, the Davenport School at IPI, and next we will hear from Mrs. Manning is here, and we will hear also from Mr. Shane Murphy as well. A look into the Davenport IPI School. Let's give our students.
Great job. Hello, everyone. Happy birthday, Dr. Davenport. We are so honored to be here today. First, I would like to give thanks to all the work that Dr. Davenport has done for us, teachers, the parents, us, not me, us, the teachers, but the teachers, the parents, the students. This is the 35th generation of IPI, and we are just honored and blessed to be a part of this legacy. And I just want to say thank you. I can't say thank you enough. And we just hope to continue the great work that we've been doing over the years. Just to give a couple highlights on what we're doing. Last month we went, well, just a couple weeks ago, we went to the pumpkin patch. The children were able to see, let's see, what did we do? What did we do, children? Did we learn? We went to the petting zoo. What else? Jumped on the huge bouncy. What did we do?
We saw reptiles.
Reptiles. What about recycling? Did we learn about recycling?
Yes.
What famous president did they have a picture of that's from the state of Georgia? Well, that would be the one, but there's another one. Jimmy Carter. Okay, so we learned a lot. We went on a hayride. Did you all like the old-fashioned hayride? Yes. Very good. Our upcoming event, we have for November, we'll be celebrating our Thanksgiving celebration here on the main campus. And then we're looking forward to Christmas at IPI, our open house and our Christmas decorations, and also our program that we're doing at, our Christmas program that we'll be doing at Greenbrier Mall. And actually next Saturday, we're doing our pancake flapjack fundraiser at Applebee's. So if you all would like to buy tickets, please see some of they're on Dr. Davenport's desk. We would love to flip flapjacks for you on next Saturday. I just want to say again, I am very proud of all of our young ones. They are so beautiful, and they are growing up so fast. Every last one of them. I remember them little bitty, and now they're getting taller and taller. So I'm honored to be here, and keep up the good work, little ones. Thank you. Ms. Morris, if you could give us an overview of the field trip we just took Monday. Thank you.
Good afternoon. So I think everybody here knows that I am from Ethiopia, and my parents own an Ethiopian restaurant. So we had the kids come out and learn different things about our culture. They were able to sample the food. We showed them videos, showed them how to do dances, and they learned some facts and learned some phrases, how to say thank you, hello. You guys remember how to say hello? How do you say hello? Come on, one of you. Somebody. Yes. No, okay. You remember any of the words? Yeah. Ciao. And what was that? Goodbye. Okay, so they got one of the words that we taught them. And we showed them different artifacts out there, different things that they got to experience. I saw some parents come out there. Shane's mom, I know, was there, and Aiden's grandmother and mother were there. And just to kind of show them something different, to teach them about the history of where African American actually came from, I shared with them some of the facts about Ethiopia, some of the things that some people may have never known. You know, that coffee originated in Ethiopia. Ethiopia was the only country in Africa that was never colonized, which meant that we kept our heritage and our language, and just little fun facts about the Ark of Covenant being in Ethiopia and all those things. So if any of you ever want to come by the restaurant and check out some Ethiopian food and check out some artifacts and just come and experience a different culture, you're more than welcome to come by. It's called Guillaume Culture Hall, and it's on Churchill Bridge. That's about it.
Good afternoon. First of all, I want to say a special happy birthday to our headmaster and extraordinary lady, Dr. Vivian Davenport. It is truly, truly a blessing to celebrate 80 years of life. That alone, I think, deserves a round of applause. As mentioned earlier, my name is Shane Murphy, and my son's name is also Shane. He is 3 going on 30, but he'll be 4 actually on the 26th of this month. Our family joined the Davenport School at IPI Family in January of this year. My segment of this program is about the parental involvement here at IPI. I must say that since we have joined IPI, I've been very impressed with the involvement and interaction of the parents of this institution. Thanks to IPI's events and activities that have taken place and that will continue to be scheduled in the future, gives us parents the opportunity to be fully engaged with our children and this institution at the same time. You have already heard about a few of the events and activities, but I would like to mention a few more. The PPSC, the Parent Pupil Support Council, which is headed up by Dr. Davenport as well as Mrs. Monica Manning. This happens every month. We all get together. They keep us abreast of what's going on here at the school, different activities and things that we have to look forward to. And as parents, we also are allowed to give our input and bring different ideas to the table about different things that needs to happen here at the school. Also, the Black Tie Affair, which I enjoyed immensely. I think I had as much fun as SJ did. But all of the students dressed up, all the young men, I'll say, had tuxedos. All the young ladies had on their gowns. I mean, everybody just looked so nice, and it was really, really a good time. And that's one thing that I like about the school is that they really, really try to give the students and the kids exposure. And that is very, very important. Now, we're in 2012, so as we all know, things are evolving all the time and evolving very quickly. So we need to definitely continue that so that our kids stay up on what's going on in life. Grandparents' Day. I also enjoyed that because all of my family is in Chicago, and everybody pretty much flew down from Chicago to Atlanta to celebrate that event. And I know of a lot of other different families that came. It was a beautiful event here. It really, really was. The school lockout. We had a lockout to where, and we, again, thank you to the teachers that stayed here, the parents that volunteered, that were with the kids. There was a lockout that we had here at the school where they spent the night, and it was geared towards the parents, us getting together and just having a night out away from the children, because, I mean, of course, they're our number one priority, but sometimes we have to, have some time for us. And that was pretty much the whole theme of the lockout, to give the parents a night out to enjoy themselves. The different fundraising events that we've had, Monica just spoke about the Applebee's next Saturday, the box tops competition. We sold tickets to an event at Ellery's. That was the event that for the lockout, everybody came to Ellery's for that particular evening. The Thanksgiving luncheon that Monica also spoke about, which will be coming up November 20th. And all of the parents have volunteered to contribute in some kind of way, whether it's the cleanup crew, whether it's bringing a dish, decorating, whatever. But the parents here are really, really involved in the children. Lastly, the Christmas celebration as well. Monica, you just brought up everything, and I'm just repeating everything you brought up. But I say all that to say that we have a lot of different activities that go on here at IPI, and the parent involvement is so essential to the success of the school, as well as the success of our children. I believe the most important investment that we all have is our children's life and well-being. We want them to grow up and become amazing men and women. Naturally, it starts at home, but it's very obvious that the involvement we have in our children does not only exist at home, but also here at the institution that we have chosen for the education, growth, and development of our children. The motto of IPI is a village where no child fails, and that coincides with the saying, it takes a village to raise a child. Therefore, it is up to us as parents to make sure that this happens. In closing, Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6 says, "Teach children how they should live, and they will remember it all their life." So, with that being said, the investment that we have in our children will stay with them for their entire life. Thank you, and let's keep it going. And happy birthday, Dr. Davenport.
At this time, we're just going to break for a moment and let you hear the children sing You'll Never Walk Alone. Thank you so much. It is said that it takes struggles in life to make strength. It takes fight for principles to do what one thinks is right. It takes time of crisis to give courage, and it takes singleness of purpose to reach a goal. This describes my life story. Thank you for being here today, here to celebrate with me 80 years on this earth. As I pause to reflect on my vision, my thoughts turn inward, remembering the reason for this place. My career has spanned the country and beyond. Even though nothing as rewarding as being nestled on this hill. While serving as Vice President for Student Affairs at a historically black college in the Atlanta University Center, I was shocked to find that many of the students who entered the school lacked reading, writing, and mathematics skills. I think that the impact was so great that I knew I had to do something. This is when and where my vision took root. Knowing that I needed to have an impact on boys and girls in their formative years so that this evil could be combated, I set out to plan for my own school, knowing that it could be done. There was a common desire for children to engage seriously in the learning process. And if my heart would speak, what would it say? Let them come upon this playing field. Let them play well. Let the activities in which they engage strengthen their growing bodies and minds. May they grow in the flow of health, with each step a step toward a life of happiness and the overall joy that these experiences bring. They need to learn to play fairly, learn values of honesty, grow and mature into citizens of tomorrow, guided and protected in such a way that at the end, the enjoyment would be as great as when they began. And so the journey started. An atmosphere that dictates high expectations, respect, and responsibility, and a stretching of the minds. The Davenport School at International Preparatory Institute evolved. The circumstances which evoked the founding of the school are linked to a group of Black American educators, which was spearheaded by me, who saw the need at that time for an alternative for educational development of children of Southwest Atlanta, Georgia. The alternative model is predicated on academic, personal, social, emotional, moral, and spiritual growth. And this is what I felt that our children needed at that time, as well as now. Although the founding of IPI was very modest, we had this one building with 2, 3, 4-year-olds and a kindergarten in that side room. We looked to become fully accredited school. 3 events marked the history of IPI as an independent elementary school. In 1978, the school was International Center for Child Development because I just had thought that we only wanted to service children 2 years through 5, but as I looked further, I felt that that was not enough. So in 1980, we incorporated and expanded to include grades 1 through 3. And in 1989, we expanded further to include grades 4 through 5. We picked up the houses next door, the house down the hill, and the one farther over. And we just kind of gutted them out and made classrooms, made a library, and at this time we have small computer center and some other activity centers in that area. And as I say, we were housed and started with just 2 through 5th grade. And 2 through 5-year-olds, not 5th grade. But then the preschool became the early school, and the primary school became the elementary school. In 1989, a 5th grade was acquired, and then we added the houses that you see next door. We remain forthright to our commitment to educate children and help them to grow so that they can be successful boys and girls, and that they can have successful lives in this global society. This is not a keynote speak. I could go on and on and on, but I need to stop here and to thank all of you for coming and to tell you that finally, one of my parents said to me some years ago, I don't have the date on this note that I got from this parent. It said, Dr. Davenport, no matter how good the players might be, they can't reach their full potential without an effective coach. You are the head coach at IPI. I think I'll buy you a whistle and a lanyard. Your vision was truly wonderful, and every day I am thankful for it. Keep on keeping on. Jerry Spencer. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Marshall Thomas, representing Councilperson Cleta Winslow. She had scheduled a day to be here, but unfortunately, we lost a public servant this week, and the funeral for a public servant was exceptionally long. So she called me about 25 minutes ago to make sure I could be here. But I think my relationship may go back with Dr. Davenport even further than Cleta's. I remember when she started, and I remember the trials and tribulations she had, and she is really, in terms of being a community servant, let me tell you right now, this neighborhood would not even look like this if Dr. Davenport was not here. We went through that, I call it down spiral, and then we came back up again. A lot of times you don't know how long her day was, because she would go down to the neighborhood planning unit, and she was president. They tried to make her president for life, but she learned that lesson. But that's what we keep the city of Atlanta straight, in terms of being able to keep the neighborhood at a certain standard. And she has high standards, as you know, little children over here, standards. She has high standards and high aspirations for the children of our neighborhood, especially in Southwest Atlanta. So I'm not going to read all of this, but she just gave you a lot of this, but I'm going to give you the highlights of the whereases, and I call it one of my favorite jobs, proclamation presenting. I seldom get to do this as much as I want to. Whereas Dr. Vivian Davenport, has dedicated decades of her life to the education of children. She saw the need for alternative to the educational development of children in Southwest Atlanta. She spearheaded an initiative based on academic, personal, social, emotional, moral, and spiritual growth, which led to the founding of the International Preparatory Institute. And whereas the private school opened its doors in 1978, and you know what the progression was from there. And whereas the school incorporated and expanded, as you know what happened, as she explained to you just recently, Dr. Davenport has remained forthright to her commitment to provide a stimulating educational environment, and the International Preparatory Institute remains a strong asset, a very strong asset to the community. And where she's a strong figure in her community, serving on several boards and advisory councils, that now, therefore, I, for Cleta Winslow, a member of the Atlanta City Council, on behalf of the citizens of Atlanta, hereby recognize Dr. Vivian Davenport on this 9th day of November 2012 as she celebrates her, boy, Dr. Davenport, you're brave. Most women never say this. And I know better because I've got them around my household, her 80th birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you who are here, and I'm certain, and we also have Ms. Olamake. I'm certain these three will come forth and say something on behalf of their experience with you here, as well as with the students. Please come forth, Ms. Olamake, Mr. Goldberg.
You want to go around the other side? From behind.
Okay. Well, I'm Brianna Norwood. I'm Nakia Bain. And I'm Ayudere Okamikin. And we just did our practicum 1 year, like 2 months ago. And me and Nakia and I are here on behalf of the class of 2014 in the Department of the School of Education, and we're wishing Dr. Davenport happy 80th birthday.
We would also like to thank you for all the wonderful things that you have done and you are doing now, and all the things that you will do in the future. Amen.
Well, I did my practicum 2 here last semester, and I had a wonderful experience. I grew as a person, and I'd like to thank you for the experience. This is an experience that is a blessing to a lot of people to come to your school and meet all these wonderful kids and, mix up with them and stuff like this. So I'd like to thank you and also say happy birthday. And the Lord grant you all your heart desires.
Davenport. You have many friends and associates and former students who would love very much to present and say some things to you.
Okay. And I have to say, I have my grandson here who drove all the way from Hillhead to come to my birthday. And that means more than you know, James. So if you'd like to say something to me, you can. He'll see me afterwards. Take me out for more lobster. And then I have Danielle's mom and sisters.
Hi, good afternoon. Please excuse our appearance. It just hit me probably about 45 minutes ago that today was the 9th. And so we just wanted to come by and extend our most heartfelt happy birthday wishes to you. We love you and we thank God for you and for what you've done for my girls. And, you know, Danielle couldn't be here with us today, but we just thank you so much, and we're sorry to just kind of come by and crash the party like this.
We're happy you're passionate, but you need to tell us what Danielle is doing. I'm so proud of her.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Well, actually, she'll be here tomorrow morning. But my daughter Danielle attended here as well, as did Cammie, both from preschool, these babies age through 5th grade. She went on to the Atlanta Girls School and to Spelman, graduated, and is now working with President Obama. Yes. And God's grace to do wonderful things, and it's such a blessing to be in this environment. So we just wanted to say thank you again for letting us come by. We wish you the best. We have to get her to a hair appointment.
Thank you so much.
So, my grandmother has taught me how to project my voice very well. I did not need a microphone. This school has represented a ton of opportunity for a lot of people. We have been encouraged, exposed, and loved by so many people here. My grandmother is a very special person. She has given us the opportunity to become more than what you could ever imagine. She loves you like I do. And I don't know you. But if you ever need, there's always a shoulder you can hold on to. I love my grandmother with all my heart. And as I've become older and more mature, I realize that nothing is stronger than the bond of a family. But she has created multiple families. And with that being said,
so true.
You can only tell her that you love her and that you're grateful that she's become part and an influential part of your life.
We have Miss Ruth Simmons.
Good evening. This is my Dr. Davenport. I'm taking it from everybody else. Dr. Davenport has truly been a blessing to me. She is, to me, the epitome of a woman. I like the way she pronounced herself in all areas of her life. She's very pronounceable. And I'm just grateful to know her. She's my friend. She's proven her friendship to me over and over again. And she's a genuine friend. She's a friend to the children, their parents, whoever relates to the children. She's that kind of friend. I adore her, and I just pray that, I wish she could live 80 more years. If that's not an enduring factor, maybe she will. But, and I like her with her hair down. She's trying to look less than 80.
Yes.
You have character. Just keep on being the woman you are. And it takes a woman like this to train our young women how to be women. Because most of our young women is sliding out of womanhood. So we need examples. And Dr. Davenport is a prime example of a good woman. Amen.
Ms. Howard? What about who chairs the Southwest Coalition now? One of our upcoming young women?
Good afternoon. I do need help projecting my voice. You didn't teach me. I want to say this about Dr. Davenport. Dr. Davenport has been a stalwart in this community. But not only does she train children, she reaches out and she mentors leaders. She's been the chair of our neighborhood planning unit for quite some time. She was chair when my mother was involved in neighborhood. And my mom had a lot of great things to say about her. So when Dr. Davenport reached out to me to help me become a leader in the community, I followed. We need more people like Dr. Davenport who will reach back to the younger generations and the not so young generations to help them find out how to lead. And many times if you don't know the history of something, you may fail in your endeavor. So when you have someone who's been around as long as Dr. Davenport and who has done as well as Dr. Davenport, it pays to get under their tutelage. So Dr. Davenport, I thank you so much for the time you've taken to train me and to school me on what's going on in politics and government. And I appreciate it. I will use every lesson that you have taught me. Thank you and very happy birthday to you. Yes. And at this time, there's several parents right here. Several parents who may want to say something. Teachers who may wish to say something. We also have Mrs. Jones, who's with us, who may have another word. And this is what we do when there's a family school, and that's what the Davenport School and IPI is all about, the family and all of us making one.
Good afternoon and happy birthday, Dr. Davenport. My name is Nia, and my son, this is actually my son's first year here, but I'm extremely thankful. I'm not exactly sure how I stumbled upon this school, and I've actually lived in Southwest Atlanta for most of my young years. But I'm extremely thankful. Like the moment that I walked in, I just felt welcomed, and my son, I'm pretty sure, has felt right at home, not shy at all, and has given the teachers a run for their money, I'm sure. But I'm very thankful for everything since he started, and I really appreciate everything that this school stands for, because a lot of my aunts, they're also educators. I'm also an educator, so I really understand the importance of what Dr. Davenport has done and is doing for this community. So thank you and everything.
Hello, everyone. Hi. You look so beautiful. I've been following Mrs. Davenport before she knew I knew her. I really met her through her mother, through my husband, worked with her mother. And he came home talking about this lady that was so well educated, and Mrs. Frazier was always talking about her daughter, how smart she was. So I just wanted to meet this smart lady. And then I met Diane, and Diane, my mama this, my mama that. And I said, oh, I just must meet this lady. So when I met her, she was so eloquent and so smart. And I said, gee, Daddy, you were telling the truth. He always came home talking about her. And I knew her before she knew I knew her. So we just happen to have such an educator in our midst and in our community. And I followed Diane when she was directing the chorus. You did a wonderful job. Oh, I love to hear those children sing, and you did a beautiful job. And every time she said, just let me know, I'll be there. So we're just happy to have you. We love you, and happy birthday.
Thank you so much. And Mrs. Jones is the wife of the deceased Mr. Jones, Dr. Jones, I'm sorry. Dr. Al Jones. Dr. Al Jones he worked with my mother in Stockbridge. My mother retired from Stockbridge Elementary, but they were at Smith Barnes with Dr. Clifford's wife, Mrs. Clifford. But anyway, then Dr. Jones received his PhD, and he went on to become a principal here in the city of Atlanta, first at
Bush, Slater, that old school, he had 5 schools.
Yes.
Slater, Thera was the last one.
Yeah, Thera.
Oakland Ralph Bunch.
Yeah, Ralph Bunch.
And I had 2 more over in Southeast Atlanta.
Yes.
Right now. But he worked so hard, and he was quite sought after. And every time he got at one school adjusted, they come in and moved it
to another one. And he was a strong person. He was a strong educator. He was a strong principal. And Farrell was a good school.
Right, he had 2 schools of excellence.
Yes.
Farrell was one, and Bunch.
And Ralph Bunch. Because he demanded excellence, and that's what he got. So we thank you so much for being here. I haven't seen her in a little while. Was my church member. I was her church member when I was a member of Ebenezer. But she was there long before I went there. But anyway, thank you so much for coming and sharing with us.
That's my good daughter, too.
Yes, Diane's a good daughter. Okay. Okay. Are there any other parents who want to make any comments? But if not, I'm going to point you out. I see Sheldon's dad, and you know he's a parent here, but he's an employee here too. But he's not on salary. I'm serious. I thank you so much. You don't know how much I thank you. He'll come. He checks my oil in my car. I think I said that. It may be sounding like a broken record, but he checks my oil in my car. And yesterday, what was he outside doing? Cutting hedges, blowing leaves, trying to make it look nice for me around here for today. And I want to thank you, and I want to thank his wife also stand up for letting me have him and not saying, you're not going up there doing all that for that lady. But anyway, thank you so much. Thank you. And we have, who hasn't? We have Brielle's dad and her sister and brother here that we have not, yes, Clyde's not a parent right now. He might be soon.
No.
But who is that back there by, oh, that's Ruby Simmons. Any other parent that I have missed? Well, Mrs. Mattia is a parent, but she's a teacher also. So, but I want to, Ms. Bird is here, and Clyde is here, and Clyde is like an old shoe. He is. You can say he's not beyond moving chairs. I had him mopping floors yesterday, and he took it in stride, mopped the floors, got them fixed for me, and didn't flinch, just did it. And now you see he's in his real mode, what he really does. He does beautiful work, and if you ever need him, just ask me and I'll put you on to him. Anybody else? Am I missing anybody else? See, don't tell me after it's over. Oh, Marty and Fred are here. Come on in, please. Come on in. Come over and say something. This is Mr. and Mrs. King. This is Miss Fred King.
Oh, goodness. Happy 80th birthday. I tell you, we have been trying to get here all day long, and with the things that we had to do as senior citizens, we had to make it. So I just wanted to come by and say, congratulations, 80 years. I hope I look this good when I get to be 80, y'all. I tell you, we go a long way with the Davenport family. Our daughter Carolyn used to play the piano organ and participate in everything else with the children for so many years. And so we're just happy to be here to be a part of this momentous occasion. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's Fred King. And they're the parents of Carolyn King. And Carolyn was the first black organist for the Braves, their daughter. Yes, she was. Yes, she was. Excellent. And they have a son who plays excellent. The dad plays excellent. Just a musical family. Everybody into music. And that's great.
So, where are we? Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Can I get a group picture of you children?
You are next guy.
Do it bring anything like this? Do it bring anything like this?
I paid attention. I got to talk on the fuss mostly, and but I paid attention, and it's good to live to be able to hear what people feel about you. Because most of the time people want to say everything they want to say when you're dead and gone, and it's kind of late. So she's been blessed today to be able to hear how people feel about her. My mother is
Your mother.
my mother, but she's very strong. That's
Strong-willed?
Thank you. But some days it can get to be a much. And, but we make it through. I go and talk to Mrs. Mattia. We seem to get through it. But we've been blessed. My mother has seriously been blessed to have a staff. We didn't think we'd ever find anybody else after Mrs. Hartsfield and Mrs. Bird left us and Mrs. Doggett. And Mrs. Haywood, most of all, who passed away. We never thought we'd be able to find someone that we could depend on. And this lady over here has my back 24, even on the weekends. I don't know what I'd do with Mrs. Mattia. She's really dedicated to the school. And she used to say when she was at Spelman, when she was picking up a child here, she would say that, I'm going to work here one day. And, you know, you hear young people talk. But she really meant that. She liked what she saw, and she stands here with us. And Mrs. Laster, who's been here, who started with as a parent with us, and ended up working with us, and she's been here a long time too. And Miss Bird, who was a baby when her mother, who was a baby, you may as well say, when I started working with her mother, and now she's here with us. And I know she has the school at heart because you may as well say she grew within here. So Mama's been blessed for many things, to have friends, parents, and her staff. That's a good thing to have now. I don't mind leaving the school knowing that Matthias here, Laster's here, Bird's here, and Miss Henderson, who has been here with us forever, for 17 years, I know, maybe 18. She's sick right now, so we're trying to run everything. But we could be here and everybody could say, well, my job is to teach. These teachers are here helping us with everything, cooking, serving children, cleaning up, doing whatever it takes for our children to be happy, to learn, and to be successful. And our children are learning too how to do and how to share and give to each other. And they are learning not to be selfish. Because, you know, we have a lot of kids now that are totally, it's me, me, me. And one thing I can say about our babies, they like helping each other. And we depend on, we getting spoiled with them. Like when Clay's not here, I'm calling his name. I'm so used to saying Clay, 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 Clay. And they say he's not here. I said, well, where is he? My God. So he should be here. Yeah. So it's just nice to know that we have everyone that's geared up to help our children. And when you're helping our children, it's making them better people, no matter what. I'm going to fuss, no matter what. But I love my mother because I've seen my mother work hard. I've seen my mother do without the gift for us. I have seen my mother help other people that needed help. And especially one year we had a thing of booming homeless mothers with their children. And we were packing up food and giving clothes. And that's because she was pushing it. And they came up here and they would eat and everything. So it starts off, it doesn't start off where you think it's going to be the way you think it's going to be. You're going to get other things. And with that, you have to do other things for other people. And I want our children to learn to do for other people just like Dr. Davenport has done for us. We love you. Can you imagine? No. If you don't, this is the kindest laugh in this world that I have. Miss Robert, you bring joy to our campus. You should see her with these children. It's really good joy.
And finally, I tell this every time he appears with me. Mr. Robertson was one of my students when I was dean of students at Morris Brown College. And I saw him 30 years later, I guess, and I didn't pay him any attention, but you know, I heard them singing and heard Mrs. Robertson singing and him playing. But I never even thought about who he was. And then finally, he came over to me and he said, "Don't I know you?" I said, "I don't know." But anyway, he did know me. And ever since that day, I grabbed onto them, and they've been here with me ever since. So we're a good team around here, and we work very hard, and it's all for the children. And I saw a young lady walk in the door. I'm not sure if she wants...
One more presentation.
You may come over, ma'am. Thank you.
Hi, Carol.
Turn my phone off. On behalf of Chairman John Eves, I'm bringing this proclamation. The small problem that I have is I don't have glasses, so I can't read it. Someone who has good eyes needs to come up and read this.
I would be glad to.
Thank you very much, Madame.
And thank you for coming.
And he apologizes. He's had back-to-back meetings. He's still in one. They all went late. And so he asked me to rush this over to you quickly.
Okay. Thank you, Carol. On behalf of Fulton County, whereas Dr. Vivian Davenport dedicated to act on her heartfelt need to form a school that would better prepare students for global challenges in literacy as well as cultivate phonics and reading skills at the tender age of 2. And a graduate of Morris Brown College and Atlanta University, Dr. Vivian Davenport's vision was to strengthen basic educational skills at an early age to ensure confidence and higher standards in learning. And whereas today, the Davenport School at International Preparatory Institute continues to be a place where little girls in pink uniforms and boys in green sweaters are challenged with learning, dance,
playing the piano and other musical instruments, as well as participate in other inspiring after-school programs for developing children. And whereas Dr. Vivian Davenport has been an active member of the community, holding memberships in the Southwest Community Coalition and Neighborhood Planning Units, where she pledges her commitment to improving the quality of life for children in metropolitan communities. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Commissioners of Fulton County recognizes the many achievements of Dr. Vivian Davenport, commends her for her devotion to children and her commitment to her community, and does hereby proclaim Friday, November 9, 2012 as Dr. Vivian Davenport Appreciation Day in Fulton County, Georgia. Congratulations.
I do thank you for this. I appreciate it. Please give the Commissioner my regards. Thank you.
And I think we've done Davenport. All of us have had the opportunity to speak and to share our heartfelt thanks and appreciation and to celebrate with you. We are truly honored. This has been a momentous day. It is an awesome week. Think about this week.
Yeah, President Obama.
To culminate on a Friday, celebrating the great work of Dr. Vivian Davenport is truly special. And with all of that said, let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you so much.